Bienvenidos. Soy la Bruja Espinada and I am here with your new moon in Capricorn reading. So let's get started. So Capricorn is the new moon is in Capricorn, sorry. And this signifies so many things, especially since it is the last new moon of the Gregorian calendar year. Now, one of the important things to note is that it is a new moon, so right now is when you set your intentions. So if you're into resolutions, making New Year's goals, whatever the case may be, this is the perfect time to set those intentions and even start them now before waiting until the new year. Or at least if you're not ready to okay, I'm ready now, I'm going to wait till the first day of January, then by all means, start setting up your plan. Make a list of everything that you want to do, that you hope to change for yourself. Because as this cycle comes to an end, I haven't even asked anything, but I channeled messages prior to, so I blessed my space, right? Anyways, regardless of the fact, the first card that comes up is the Three of Cups. So you can see here, there is harvest in the background. There are three individuals that are embracing each other, holding cups of what looks to be wine. This signifies a celebration, a gathering, celebrating fruitfulness. What else? What other things came out is the Chariot. You can see her riding in on her Pegasus. The moons in crescents and a star on her forehead. Oh, and the Seven of Wands. Ooh, oh my, oh my. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Oh my God, followed by the Queen of Cups. Let's go with these. So, again, as I was saying, as I cleansed my space, as I channeled the infinite universe, the cosmic mothers and cosmic fathers to be able to provide me with the message to give to you guys. I mean, that's all I asked, to help, to guide, and this is what came out. So of course we see the Three of Cups that came out first, celebration, and the Chariot signifies travel. It signifies moving forward. And considering that the imagery on this card is very celestial, it is not just things in your physical realm that are moving forward, but spiritually things are moving. And when the Seven of Wands comes out, it is overcoming struggles. People, I want to say people that have come up against you, but I think situations that have come up against you and you haven't stopped fighting. Clearly, you have not stopped fighting. You've clearly overcome your obstacles, or have been overcoming your obstacles. And then we come out with the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen of Pentacles, of course, as I said before, has a lot to do, not just to do with material items like securing your bag financially, monetarily, but also anything that is what your abundance is. So whether it's your emotional wellness, whether it's educational resources, whether it's physical wellness, anything that belongs to you, it is what is yours. You've secured it. You've reached a point where it has been secured. Now, you see that she's holding a rabbit, which are typically symbols of growth, or a symbol of, I want to say prosperity. Prosperity is not the word I want to say. Essentially, they are fertile. There you go. They're a sign of fertility, and that does not, I mean, be careful if you're not trying to get pregnant. But what it's saying is that they multiply. They're a symbol of multiplication. So your resources, your abundance is growing. It's coming to you, and you're going to be celebrating it, especially overcoming these trials that you've been through. And this is just signifying that the motions keep going. Don't think that because you were going through a difficult time, like, oh, okay, as you've learned, and clearly as you've learned, because this is what I see here, regardless of the trials that you have to overcome, you know that the days don't stop. You gotta take a deep breath, and the world just keeps moving. The world keeps moving, nothing stops. And with the Chariot, it's that indicator of like your journey is safe. You're moving forward in a good sense. So as all these cycles have come to an end for the year, for the season, for difficult trials, obstacles, you're still moving forward and you are on top. Now, as for everything multiplying for you, that's not to say that it wasn't without pain. You see the peace lily here, and with the rabbit, you would think it signifies springtime, which is what comes right after winter, and we just entered the winter. We just had the winter solstice. We're in winter season. But this is a reminder that life continues to grow. Another thing is that there is a significance of mourning. Lilies, depending on the lily, typically white lilies are a significance of mourning, sadness. Like usually white lilies are given during times of loss. And this is, you see, she's paying no mind to the beautiful lily. She's paying attention to what's giving her, what's multiplying for her. That's where she's turning her attention to. That's one thing to keep note of. And so now we have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is all about emotion. And you see here that she looks like she's contemplating, like she's thinking about things. And I mean, it's very interesting that these two should come out together back to back, because here she is focused on the multiplication of what is multiplying, is going to multiply for her. She's giving her attention to that. But she's also here, another queen is devoting her time to thinking on things, to contemplating on things, to addressing her emotions when necessary. Now, I know that many people, and I know I've done this myself, where we tend to, instead of wanting to feel what we feel, we throw ourselves into work. It's good to work, but not if you're avoiding your emotions. Then you start to lack. Then you are back here battling and you struggle, and you don't need to struggle. You take your time, you feel what you have to feel, and then you go right back into doing what you got to do. You can't neglect one over the other. That's where the duality comes in from the other message if you watch that video. You have to try to balance both of them. And balance isn't always maintained, but at least as you work towards it, that's what matters. So now I'm actually called to ask for guidance from our animal spirit guides. Ooh. Huh. So involuntarily, a card flipped over, and it is the Hanged Man. Now the Hanged Man is not necessarily a bad card, but I think what you need to be reminded of is that your perspective is not the only perspective. You have to take other perspectives into consideration in order to have success. And this is also a reminder that don't be too hard on yourself. Take a step back. Not everyone's... Also, it's also kind of like a warning, like people might give you advice, but when you listen to advice, listen to it from every angle and see if it works for you before trying it on. I don't know who that's for, but it's out there. Animal spirit guides, what message do you have for our watchers? We have the buffalo spirit. The abundant universe will provide. I don't make this shit up, guys. I do not. Okay, so Buffalo Spirit, their message for us is, Buffalo Spirit comes to you now to remind you of the amazing manifestation power of gratitude and the extraordinary potential available to you when you adopt the mindset of abundance. The ancient people of the Americas saw the buffalo as a symbol of abundance because the herds roamed far and wide and provided so many gifts: the meat, the hide, the bones. The tribes who hunted the buffalo used every bit of them, wasting nothing, appreciative of abundance. So do too you have many gifts available to you. Buffalo Spirit appears to you to let you know that you are in a powerful time to manifest your desires. Not by force or by pushing it, but rather by following a natural path that rises up before you, trusting that there is plenty to go around. Whether it be love, money, inspiration, or support, it's all there for you to claim. When you're grateful, you immediately align yourself with the truth that the world is rich and teeming with resources. There's always more than enough, and you are always enough. At this time, you can expect all your intentions and needs to come into a form that is right for you. Your heartfelt gratitude is making you a magnet for miracles. Buffalo Spirit message is to remember that you co-create your reality in partnership with Spirit. So offer up your thanks and your prayers even before you see conditions you desire, not just for yourself, but for others. Then you will quickly see the results in tangible ways. Gratitude has the magic to grow the good, so offer thanks and praises as you acknowledge all that you have and all that is possible. When Buffalo Spirit visits you with a message of protection, he is asking you to shift your thinking from poverty consciousness to one where you trust the universe will provide. Have you been falling into financial insecurity, worried that there will not be enough money for the future? Have you been stressing and feeling sorry for yourself, worrying that because you have no romantic relationship now that you'll never have one? Do you see the scarcity where there is in fact abundance? Are you comparing yourself to others and falling short? Self-pity, entitlement, fear, and lack are all thought viruses that seduce you into darkness. Buffalo Spirit nudges you to make a gratitude list and be mindful of your thoughts at this time. It's that perspective. Even if our outer events have happened to challenge your beliefs in abundance, outer conditions are temporary. If you are suffering from the malaise of fear that you are impoverished, realize that it is only poverty of perception and perspective. Prayer, communication with your higher power, and gratitude coupled with compassionate, selfless service will snap you right out of it. Give to someone who has less than you. Be thankful for the tiniest things and say affirmations. Then you will remember abundance is the true nature of the world. Mighty Fates, what lesson do you have for watchers at this time? What lesson do you have? What lesson? The card is reflect. Reflect. I'm hoping I can get this out. There we go. Reflect. Without a reflective practice, We end up repeating the same patterns over and over again, unable to reach our potential. This card asks you to sit in silence for a few moments and reflect upon what has been coming up for you recently. What emotions do you find yourself experiencing continuously? What situations do you find yourself in often? If you are finding unease in any area of your life, have you experienced it before? When? When was the first time you ever remember feeling this way? How did your family handle these sort of situations when you were young? Consider journaling around these questions and allowing whatever needs to come out to come out. When we reflect, the intention is not to fix, but simply to view ourselves and our lives with less bias and more openness. Well, my dears, I can't make this shit up. I sincerely hope that this message helps you, that you set your intentions for the new year. Have a wonderful holiday, and I'll see you guys next time.